Hi everyone, this is Kim Goyette, your Meditation Mother, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. I just recently did a workshop with my husband Scott on choosing love over fear, and it got me thinking about all the opportunity that we have on a daily basis to pause for a moment. Right when the stimulus comes in, before the reaction happens, and think about, am I responding out of love or out of fear? And that pause allows us to choose love over fear. That love is that high vibe state, that high vibe emotion, as opposed to the low vibe fear. Today we're going to be working on crow pose, which often generates a little bit of fear within, but I'm going to show you different modifications that you can do to choose love and intuition, tapping into your inner self over fear. Let's get
Yoga for everybody with Meditation Mutha.
Let's get started by standing up. And I'm going to face sideways so you can stay right where you are at the top of your mat. We're just going to inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Take it all the way down. Relax the back of the head. Separate your feet nice and wide. You can shift your weight from right to left. If your hands don't touch the ground, then bend the knees generously so that they touch onto the ground or onto a block or pillow. And just relax, swaying from side to side, maybe getting into the hips a little bit. You can shake your head out, yes and no. Good. And then we're going to turn the feet out to the corners of the mat. Feet are nice and wide. You can lift the heels up if you need to. We're going to come down into a squat. So if a squat is not for you, you can bring the hands onto a block or a blanket or a pillow in front of you. My knees are nice and wide and pointed out to the corners of the mat. If this feels okay for you, my heels are lifted because I'm a little tight in my Achilles. If you can make it all the way down, great. If not, no worries. And then we're going to bring the elbows, if it's comfortable for you, to the inside of the thighs. Bring our hands to heart center. So I'm pressing into the inner thigh. Chest is lifted. Tailbone is down towards the earth. Belly is lifted. Pelvic floor is lifted. And crown of the head is moving up towards the sky. Feel that sensation, that lift. Heart opens. And then fold forward, plant the hands. Feet are parallel, come forward, relax the back of the neck. Good, we're going to flow with that a little bit. Point the knees out to the corners of the mat. Lift the chest, lift the head. If you want, lift the hands. Inhale here. And then exhale, folding forward, straighten the legs. Feet are parallel, relax. Exhale. Good. Inhale again, lift the chest, bend the knees into that squat, any form where you are today. Notice the heart opens, shoulders roll back. And then exhale, plant the hands, straighten the legs, and fold forward. Good. Last time, we're going to squat down, lift the chest, lift the head. Woo! Press the elbows into the inner thighs. Feel that groundedness, that stability. Notice your pelvic floor lifting up to the belly. The belly lifts up to the chest. Chest goes all the way through the crown of the head. Rising sensation. Plant the hands. Exhale, folding forward right here. Let's step that left leg all the way back to lunge. And we're going to drop the back knee down and move forward into that front leg to open up the hip flexor a little bit on the left side. Good. Take that left hand out nice and wide. Raise the right hand up towards the sky if it feels good for you. And then drop the hand back. Open up the shoulder. If you need to, bend the elbow as much as you want. Drag that right hand back and open. Shift your weight forward. Lean into the left hand a little bit. Relax that hip flexor. And then release all the way down. Lift the back knee. Front foot steps back into plank. We're going to come down to the knees. Slowly lower all the way down onto the belly. From here, come up onto the forearms. We're going to come back to this sensation in a moment. So I want you to notice separating the feet from right to left a little. Press the pelvis into the mat. Coming up, the elbows drag back. Feel your chest moving forward of the shoulders. This is exactly where we want to be when we're in crow. Notice my head, my chin is drawing back, but my face is looking up. Good. Same sensation will be here. Notice the engagement in the back body in between the shoulder blades. Pause for a moment. And release all the way down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Push back through hands and knees and all the way to down dog. Lifting the hips. Push down and forward with the hands. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, right leg lifts. Look in between the hands. Sweep that leg through to a lunge. Back foot steps forward. Exhale. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Take it down. Plant the hands. Right leg steps back to lunge. Drop that right knee down. Shift your weight forward into opening up that right hip flexor. Plant the right hand wide. Reach the left hand up towards the sky into a gentle twist. And if you'd like, reach that left hand straight back behind you. And then the palm drags open. Open up the chest. Roll the shoulder open. Thumb faces up. Shift your weight forward. Really lean into that right hand. Relax the right hip flexor. Good, and release all the way down. Plant both hands, lift the back knee, front foot steps back into plank. You can come down to knees if you want, or slowly lower all the way down onto the belly. Come up onto the elbows again. Feel that sensation, feet are nice and wide, elbows dragging back. It's that movement of the chest moving in front of the shoulders. Take a snapshot feeling of that. Notice where my gaze is, so it's straight ahead, my chin draws in, lengthening through the back of the neck. Notice that feeling. We're going to come back to that in crows. This is where our success lies, in crow. I'll bring that up in a little bit. And then release all the way down, hands underneath the shoulders. Push back either through hands and knees or straight up through plank into down dog. Lift that left leg straight back and sweep it through to a lunge. Step the back foot forward. Exhale. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Left leg steps back to lunge. Drop that back knee down. Let's bring that left hand out wide and right hand comes onto the right knee. Shift your weight forward. Good. Really support yourself. Your knee should be directly over the heel, not in front. And then start to round in almost like a cat. So we're pushing into the right hand, round in, tuck the chin, and then wrap all your organs from the left up towards the right. Rotate. Good. Open up the ribs. Reach that hand up. And then take that top arm, bend the elbow, open up the chest. Good, nice big opening. Crow pose is a heart opener. We're leading with the heart and the gaze. So just noticing where your gaze is at. Your heart is nice and open. Release that hand all the way down. Lift the back knee. Front foot steps back into plank. Any form, come to knees if you'd like, or slowly lower all the way down. This time we'll slide the hands back a little bit and elbows draw towards each other. Very important. Notice the right angle of my arms. The elbows are pointing up, forearms straight down. Start to feel like you're engaging the palms back, like you're pulling back. And you might feel your triceps, the backs of the arms turn on. Push into the hands slightly and lift. Good. So we're dragging our upper body forward. The chest and belly move forward. Triceps are turned on. And we're creating a platform with the back of the arms. We're going to use that later as well in crow. And release all the way down. Curl the toes. Push up through hands and knees or straight up through plank. And then to down dog. Look in between the legs. Inhale, right leg lifts. Sweep it through to a lunge. If it doesn't get there, just kind of scoot it on up. And then step the back foot forward. Exhale. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, right leg steps back to lunge. Drop that right knee down. Left hand nice and wide, right hand nice and wide, left hand on the knee, shift your weight forward, and then start to round in like a cat, push into that knee. Wrap all your organs from the right up to the left, rotate, and then reach. Good. Bend the elbow if it feels okay for your body. Open up the chest. Soften that right hip flexor. One more deep breath here. Exhale, release all the way down. Lift the back knee. Front foot steps back into plank. Shift your weight forward, lower down any form. We're going to come back to that low cobra. Slide the hands back so that your arms are about 90 degrees. Start to engage the palms back and then lift the face up off the mat. Good. Draw the elbows towards each other. We're going to need our arms to be pretty parallel when we get into crow. And release all the way down. Curl the toes, push back to down dog. Inhale, left leg. And then sweep that leg through to a lunge. Step the back foot forward. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take it down onto the floor. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see a little bit more. You can come to seated to watch, or you can join in and follow the directions. We're going to work our way into crow. If you've never done crow, don't worry. I'll show you modifications that you can play with. And then as you build strength in your upper arms, then you might be able to play with it a little bit deeper. So I'm going to turn sideways. The way that I like to teach crow is we need to make a platform for our knees to land on. So the big thing is bending the elbows as much as you can, like we did in Cobra, in order to plant the knees there. So I'm going to put my palms, fingertips wide, nice and wide, spreading the hands, and then press down on each finger pad. Feel the center of your palm cupping up. Good. I'm going to start to lift my hips up and then bend the elbows generously. Look at how much I have a platform to put my knees on. So now I'm going to put the knees up high into the armpits, as close to the armpits as I can, and then just shift my weight forward. So notice where my gaze is. Very similar to Cobra. I'm not looking down, because if I look down, that's where I go. That's why I fall. If I look up, straight ahead, maybe at the wall in front of you, I can shift my weight a little bit and play with that weight. So this may be where you are today, just kind of rocking back and forth, feeling the stability of the knees on the back of the arms. Or you may want to walk the toes in a little bit. Lead with the chest. Chest leads, face up. Maybe play with one toe lifting, maybe the other toe lifting. Or maybe, just maybe, shifting your weight forward, leading with the chest, fingertips pushing into the earth, and then possibly lifting up. Woo! All right. Play with that with yourselves. Let's try it maybe one more time. Lifting the hips, elbows bent, leading with the chest, lean, lean, one toe, maybe the other toe. All right. And then coming out. This can be pretty intense. It can be challenging. One of the reasons why we do balancing poses is to face our fears. So going with our gut, going with our intuition, knowing that if we just lean maybe into it a little bit further, we can come and overcome our fears in order to move through obstacles, choosing love over fear. Great job. So let's start to settle down a little bit. That heated me up really well. We're going to come to seated and just kind of scoot forward a little bit, grab onto the backs of the thighs, take it all the way down onto the earth, extend the legs. For just a moment, palms face up. And then what I'd like to do is bend the knees, bring the feet and knees to touch, Keep the heels where they are. The bottoms of the feet come to touch as the knees fall out to the side. In bound angle pose. Releasing any heat that we generated. Gently close the eyes. Start to soften the breath. And breathing in and out. Good, slowing things down. Just allowing the breath to fill the body, to cool you from head to toe. And just a few more slow breaths like that. If you'd like, you can gently bring the knees towards each other and extend both legs out to the corners of the mat, feeling very connected and grounded, allowing the ankles to roll wide, shoulder blades and hips connecting with the earth. And just a few more breaths like that. And we'll begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, moving the ankles and wrists. And hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side and slowly make your way all the way to seated. So we're going to finish the practice by thinking about a situation. It could be a conversation with yourself or with someone else. It could be an incident that happened, something where you had to respond and you automatically chose fear. You responded in a state of fear, which is a very low vibe state. And what we're going to do is re-envision what it would look like if you responded out of love. So let's gently close the eyes and begin to bring your awareness to your breath. If it's comfortable, entering and leaving the nose. And we'll start to lengthen the inhale and the exhale. And start to bring your awareness to a time. It could be a conversation that you had with yourself or another. Or maybe it was an opportunity that was presented to you and you chose the path of fear. You pulled away from the opportunity or the conversation and chose that low vibe state. So just think about how that felt in your body, in your mind, choosing that path of essentially resistance, because fear is a roadblock that we need to overcome. So just visualizing how you felt in your body, in your mind during that time. And then take the next few breaths to transform your response. What would it look like if you responded out of a state of love? What if you responded with your heart wide open to receiving, to being compassionate, to accepting opportunity? What would that look like? How would you transform? And then we'll slowly bring that experience, that high vibrational state, right into our hearts. Expanding the inhale and the exhale. Good, growing your compassion, love, and acceptance in this situation, in this conversation. And then allowing that to sink deep into your heart, planting that seed, knowing that you have the choice with every opportunity, every stimulus that comes into your life to choose Love over fear. And let's bring the hands to heart center in a prayer-like pose. Bowing the mind to the heart, just surrendering the thinking mind to the feeling heart. Sometimes the mind is what gets in the way, that stirs up the fear, and the heart is the one that is open to receiving the love. So just surrendering the mind to the heart. Thank yourself for showing up today. Namaste. Thanks so much. I'm Kim Goyette, your meditation mother. And if you like this video and you want to be the first to receive weekly videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Yoga with Meditation Mutha. See you next time.